Lord, I pray now that you give me strength in battle, that I might overcome the hordes of Satan and his children, that I might wield the flaming sword of the Archangel and defend myself with your shield of faith, and that my victories are many and my wounds few, that I might further your kingdom here on earth. And if I meet death tonight, then let it be first that I cast a mighty host of demons back into the lake of fire whence they came, and then rest finally in the light of your rule. Amen.
Brother Grunfeld seems particularly uneasy this evening. Yes, LaCroix has begun to move more openly, and Brother Grunfeld grows impatient. Ah, yes, LaCroix. As always, Brother Grunfeld focuses only on his old nemesis. Let us hope his fanaticism best serves the interests of our order, and not merely his own unresolved grievances. Shh! Are you mad? Brother Grunfeld will not tolerate such insubordination. Hold your tongue. You know upon whose direct authority he acts? Yes, I know. Far be it from me to question the edict of the Holy See. You would do best to remember your place. Brother Grunfeld is a faithful warrior. He has battled Satan's spawn for longer than you've been alive. Then I pray the Lord grant me the same years to fight in his army. Amen.
If this be the end of days, then may the Lord give us strength to see them through.
So, shall we take some food down to Johansson?
Here, take mine. I am no longer hungry.
Something? Perhaps. Do you want to investigate it?
No, if someone is out there, let them come to us. There's only one way in here.
I'm mistaken. There's another way.
Yes, I suppose.
You ain't looking too pretty anymore, Hollywood.
They've ruined my face. The fire, I can still feel it in my wounds. They'll kill me, they'll come back with their brands and it will burn.
Keep your voice down.
I wouldn't talk, so they burned me. Again, and again, and again. Their eyes, they enjoyed it. Before they come back, I'm begging you, let me out.
I got something that might help you heal up a few of those wounds.
I once drank from the most desirable women in the world. Right now, this bag looks better than any of them.
Don't go anywhere, I'll be back.
Thanks. You'll never see me again. I'm gonna go somewhere no one will ever see this face again.
Don't expect another rescue. Get out of here.
Are the stories true about him, I mean? Yes, what stories have you heard, your brother? There are many. Some say he saw his own mother eaten alive by a coven of witches, and others that he once killed an elder vampire with his bare hands. There are even whispers that he is the resurrected Saint Leopold, come to lead his armies into the final battle against the armies of darkness.
Not all stories you hear are true. Some stories you hear are true, young brother.
You missed.
I knew Johansen would lure the servants of Satan, but I set this type for the archfiend himself. Where is LaCroix?
Let's just get to the part where I kill you.
Ah! Get away from me! Help! Don't hurt me!
What makes you think I am going to hurt you?
What's wrong with you? Your face. Torture. Did they torture you with acid?
Don't worry about it. I am here to ask you some questions.
Yeah, okay. Anything, just get me out of these caverns and away from these crazies. I think I'm starting to get pneumonia.
Tell me what you know about the current sarcophagus.
The sarcophagus? You went through all that trouble for the sarcophagus? Yeah, I'll tell you. But don't you think it would be better to get out of here before those men come back?
I dealt with them. They won't give us any problems.
I guess if you can get all the way here, you deserve the answers. But can I make one request first? After I answer your questions, you help me escape.
Sure.
All right. Where should I begin?
What can you tell me about the sarcophagus?
Let's start with the history of the Ankaran sarcophagus. That is a long and interesting legend, lost and found throughout the ages. Tell me, are you familiar with the Assyrians?
Yes.
Yeah, well, the markings on the sarcophagus seem to hint that it is from sometime between 1050 and 800 BC, which was a period of fierce expansion by the Assyrians. Oddly, for those years, only one king shows up on the historical record.
Please continue.
While most likely he wiped all evidence of his predecessor's existence or passed the name to his heirs, one monarch, Masquerade, the one-eyed king, is given credit for the territory and achievements of this time. But he would have had to have been over 250 years old, like Dracula or something.
So?
I find it hard to believe a sarcophagus with a person as important as Masquerade could remain in, pristine or intact condition for so many years, but this is who is believed to be contained within.
Are you sure?
An educated guess. Maybe you have not heard. It was stolen from the museum before we had a chance to open it. Usually we use equipment to carbon date, X-ray, and take air samples before we pry open the lid.
You compare him to a vampire. Any reason?
You know, it is interesting that you ask me that. The goddess on the outside of the sarcophagus was Lamashtu. In Assyrian myth, Lamashtu was an evil demoness who preyed on humans. Many people cite her as the mother of vampire myth,
And?
The engravings on and found around the sarcophagus portray a regal figure drinking the blood of his enemies. Now, this image is found in many cultures, specifically among those of royal lineage, but there is a quite scientific explanation.
Which is?
A disorder known as porphyria. In short, it is caused by a deficiency of the iron in the blood, and in many cultures, for the nobility that could conceivably get away with the cure, the treatment was to drink human blood.
So, Masquerade drank human blood.
Perhaps. Drinking the blood of your enemies is, if nothing else, symbolic. It can inspire fear in your foes and dissidents. Don't misunderstand me. I in no way believe it was a vampire. Vampires. That's what caused this whole mess. These maniacs believe they exist.
How did you find the current sarcophagus?
That is, you see, in archaeology, one can spend years looking for a dig site, following local rumors, studying old maps. It's a complicated process, very boring.
I'm interested. Please go on.
Finding and organizing a dig is the least interesting part of an archaeologist's job. Trust me, you don't want to hear about it.
Do you really believe Masquerade is inside the sarcophagus?
That I can't be sure of, nor can anyone. but I promise you it is more likely to be filled with, gummy bears than vampires. Perhaps maybe a mummy, but not likely the kind to go about chasing Abbott and Costello.
What else do you know about vampires?
Not much, really. I'm an archaeologist, not a mythologist. But I do know that Lamastu, the Assyrian demoness, was thought to have been the inspiration for Lilith, the first wife of Adam in the Jewish Old Testament, another source of the vampire myth.
So, how does the sarcophagus open?
Ah, quite interesting. There is a surprisingly complex mechanical lock on the face of the sarcophagus. By sheer luck, we were able to find the key not far from the sarcophagus. Why no one ever found it and robbed it, it's perplexing.
A key, of course. Do you have it?
How strange you would ask. I haven't seen the key since it was loaded onto the Elizabeth Dane in Turkey. It was stolen before the sarcophagus even. I am still hopeful that the police find both pieces before the contents can be disturbed.
Do you have a copy of the key?
No, it's not the kind of key you can copy at the hardware store. It's actually very sophisticated, and I meant to study it at the museum. I've answered all your questions. Do you think now you could please get me out of here? I don't care who you are or why you've had so many questions about the sarcophagus. I just want to leave this place.
Alright, I'll free you. There is a boat nearby, we can escape on it.
Thank you, my friend. I don't know where you came from, but I will never forget this kindness.
No problem.
Your time of judgment is here.
Anybody feel the same way? Feel like the world's cracking at the seams?
I had a dream this afternoon. You were in it. You were stroking my hair, telling me you loved me. And then, in the next instant, you were gone. And I was alone, and I cried out for you, but you wouldn't answer. You're here now. I have never felt more relieved.
I'm afraid, Heather, that we really do have to part. I can't ruin your life anymore.
But
This is my final request of you. Do as I say, live a long, happy life for me.
You don't mean it!
This life is dangerous. You'll end up dead. I won't let that happen. Farewell.
I'll leave. Okay? But if you ever change your mind...
Then I'll find you, I promise.
Sure. Alright.
Why don't you hit the activity room and reminisce some more, Grandma? Anyone have any musings that don't end up in assault charges?
Hi.
Whoa, here's a rare event, a female perspective that isn't my own. Go ahead, sister.
With whom do they think they're dealing? Attack me in my own building! They're desperate. They've shown their weakness. A last-ditch attempt to steal the prize.
Someone made a mess downstairs.
The Sabbat. A pack of shovelheads with cheap pistols was all they could muster. Two got a few stories up, but I took care of them. And my sheriff brought the rest their final death in the lobby. Sabbat animals.
The Sabbat attacked? Why?
Why else? The motive of every kindred in the entire city these last few nights. The Ankaran sarcophagus. They've been misled into thinking the sarcophagus holds a sleeping ancient. Their most coveted feasts. Diablerists.
Diablerists?
The Sabbat's infamy is in no small part due to their practice of diablerie. That is, drinking the blood of other kindred. Especially older ones. Until they are dead. Diablerists gain the power of those they've fed upon. And the Camarilla, this is an act punishable by death.
Removing the Sabbat will prove no easy feat. Brute force simply won't do. They spawn like roaches. Their power structure must topple to truly be rid of them. Fortunately, I have devised a plan to undermine them.
Go on.
An agent of this court, Jesse, has been stalking one of the Sabbat's run-down boroughs, observing them for some time. The heaviest concentrations of troops lie in East L.A. He can give you the information you need to infiltrate the Sabbat and evict them from my town for good.
Subterfuge and deception. I am intrigued.
Very good. Speak with Jesse before you leave. He can provide you the details you'll need to succeed.
This sounds like it could get complicated. Some money would go a long way towards getting this done.
Of course. I can't send you ill-prepared for such an important mission. Here, this should cover most of your costs.
This is more than fair. Thank you, sir.
Remember, this is a covert operation. You need to act convincingly animalistic and disgusted with the Camarilla to have them accept you as their own. From that vantage point, you can pull precisely the right cards and make their whole house topple.
Got it. I'll sort out the details with Jesse and go from there.
Before you go, Beckett told me you went to the Society of Leopold. Did you find out how my sarcophagus is opened?
Yes, I did.
What? What did you find out?
The missing crate from the Dane. It's a key to the sarcophagus.
A key? Where? Do you have it?
No, that's all I know, but I have other good news. Bach is dead.
Not only did you infiltrate the Society of Leopold, but you managed to kill their greatest hunter. You certainly are developing a legend for yourself. Superb. A toast to you, and to victory over the Sabbat. And to Bach. May all his progeny meet such fates.
Not only did I kill Bach, I also found his journal. Want to have it?
Here. Pity you don't have his head. I would have sent it to the Inquisitor General.
Yeah, the Sabbat are next.
The Sabbat must be eliminated. When you come back, we'll begin the hunt for the key.
Okay.
So you're the new pawn everyone's buzzing about? Jesse. Street artist and adrenaline junkie by trade. Currently working off some karmic debt as the prince's toady. Sup?
Yep, Pelapan here. Let's just get the prince off our backs already.
Well, I'm here to help you do that, but you're not gonna like it. I sure haven't so far.
Good to know I'm not the only one on the short leash. So what's the plan?
Listen, everyone in this town is either a waiter or an actor, but you're gonna have to be both. To infiltrate the Sabbat, you're going to have to be a consummate liar and do things you never wanted to do.
Prince says you've got some intel for me. Lay it on me.
Details come later. First you need to get on the inn. Getting at these fiends is no easy task. From the moment you start interacting with them, you'll need to start proving you're as evil and messed up as they are.
How evil are we talking about?
Don't look at me. You're gonna have to ask the Archbishop Andre yourself.
I'd really prefer to just end him once and for all. Can we just do that, please?
Doesn't really work like that. See, the thing about the Sabbat is, you kill one of these fucks, and the next reject that's been waiting a decade or 5 for a promotion steps up to the plate. They're like a ragtag army. They've got rank, they've got file. The only way to do any real damage is from the inside.
Why would the Sabbat possibly want me to join them after I blew up their warehouse? I'm gonna get killed.
Like all dogs, they only respond to treats. You're gonna offer me up as kibble, or at least you're going to tell them you're on the trail of a Camarilla spy on their turf. With any luck, that Samisi fuck will smell the bacon and won't resist.
Assuming he even falls for this half-baked plan, then what? I feel like I'm on the express train to Ash City.
It's the pawn's job to step into territory where knights and kings fear to tread. Offering yourself up to the Archbishop might be an act you cannot come back from. You're gonna have to keep your wits about you to get back out of this.
I would never betray the Camarilla to join those monsters.
Whether you're up here pulling on strings or down there digging in the dirt, it's the same political nonsense. Just cover your ass and get out with your own life intact.
Politics. It's for the birds.
Once you set things in motion, find me in my gallery over in East LA, and I'll explain the players in all of this.
Gallery?
LA is a funny town. Just as all the waiters are actors, all the walls are galleries. I got a few of my own.
Adios.
You can always count on the Sabbat to do the wrong thing for the right reasons. They're reckless, but they don't normally try to attract this much attention. This carelessness warrants observation. I hope it doesn't become pandemic.
Who cares? I am going to wipe them out anyway.
Well, perhaps for this pack, it's for the best.
I met with Dr. Johansson.
What did Johansson have to say?
He said there was a key for the sarcophagus, but he doesn't know where it is.
The lock and key. An invention as ancient as greed. I should have guessed. All we have to do is find a victor in this nonsense. They'll be the one with the key.
He said it's a tomb of Messerach, an Assyrian king.
Assyrian origin. Glad to see I'm not losing my touch. As for Messerach, I'll have to research that name, see what I can find.
He said the reliefs on the site were of a demoness named Lamastu.
Lamastu? She was a Lilith figure. They represent empowered women and the threat of such women to male-dominated society. Strange she would be engraved on a king's tomb.
That's everything I know. Does it mean anything to you?
It seems to corroborate my own evidence. I'm going to have to study it a little more. Maybe dig up some information on Messerach and the Lamastu myth. I'm certain the key will show up in time. Your information is appreciated.
Here, the Vampire Apocrypha may help.
Excellent.
That's all of my questions. I have to prepare for my assault on the Sabbat.
I see you have returned. Did our first encounter not sate your bloodlust? Is wanton violence all you crave? Or perhaps it's oblivion you seek? I do not sense the seething animosity of the Camarilla in your eyes. Tell me, child, what are you doing here?
I'm not here to fight. I want to join you in the Sabbath.
You level our warehouse. You sacked my home, spoiled my schemes. You've proven a loyal and effective tool of your prince. One that would better serve the hands of the Sabbath. How can I trust one already so indoctrinated to the misguided ways of the Camarilla?
I brought Lacroix the sarcophagus, and I see now that I've made a terrible mistake. I was hoping I could make it right with your help.
So, you understand the gravity of the situation. The danger we all face with the sarcophagus in the hands of a corrupt, vain-true prince. I can sense your eagerness to act, but I require proof that you have abandoned the Camarilla completely. I put that burden upon you, child.
Oh, well, I know of a spy on your tour from East LA. I'll hunt him down and present him to you, proving myself a reading the Sabbath of another treacherous agent of the Camarilla.
A spy? That is too simple. Tell me where to find this so-called spy.
Oh no, I still need leverage. Give me your word I can hunt him down myself, and I'll earn a name for myself in the Sabbath.
Very well. Announce yourself to Victoria, a doctus in East LA. She will oversee your hunt. I will inform her you have my blessings. For now, you will be watched closely, Cainite. Failure may be tolerated in the Camarilla, but one misstep in the Sabbath will be your last.
Fair enough, you'll be hearing a lot about me soon enough.
Where to? We are here. There is something troubling you? If that is your decision.